experience in Axiom mission, and you're all aware that this mission had many steps, and we are all eagerly waiting to hear from Gaganyatri Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla about his experience with focus on the scientific experiments conducted on board International Space Station. Shukla ji, all yours.
I can see how excited you are about this talk. Good morning, everyone. Slightly bit. See, wherever I have gone, ever since I've come back, I've been going and giving talks. And we just heard a fantastic talk about space weather and missions that we're going to study space weather. All of these are extremely challenging and complex endeavors that we are undertaking. But I can tell you for one thing that we can solve everything on this planet and outside this planet. We will never be able to solve Microsoft PowerPoint. It has always been an issue, like today. So we are trying to figure out how to get my presentation going. In the meantime, I will just cover with you what has been the background. Like sir was mentioning, you are sending your letters to the wrong place of finding out how to become an astronaut. So please redirect to us, we will tell you. And I would hope and expect a lot of you will go in that direction in whatever capacity. You may get to
2, 1, and lift off.
Creations, a new chapter in space. Takes flight. The Godspeed Explorer. Great. It's an amazing feeling to be in orbit for the first time. When I looked out through the window for the first time, the view was stunning. Wow, what a ride it was. But when the ride started, it was something like you get pushed back into the sea. It was an amazing ride. And then suddenly, nothing. It was an amazing feeling. We also want to thank you for basically thanks for everyone around the world, every person, every team who made this beautiful thing happen.
Great crew, welcome aboard the International Space Station. Peggy, welcome back. It's a great honor and privilege to have such a legendary astronaut on board with us. And Timo, Shubs and Swab, congratulations on your first space flight.
Thank you, all participants at the station. We are now resuming operational audio communications.
I traveled to space with the dreams of a billion hearts with me. I wanted to live this journey with me because I feel that it is equally theirs as it is mine. Because I feel that this is truly the journey of an entire nation.
And look where we can go and work together on common platform, common science, then sky is no longer the limit. We can explore space, we can explore science, we can explore technology and build new solutions for the future.
The X4 crew came here with a purpose and a really busy agenda. This was a great mission and we enjoyed it the most. So now we will return home and we will spread the word in our countries that these things are within our reach. These things are possible even for smaller countries like ours.
It's always great to work with a bunch of professionals, which you are, but it's even more special to work with folks that have become our friends even more deeply. Thank you.
Thank you to the X4 crew. And we have splashdown of the AX4 crew back on planet Earth.
Welcome home.
think it's really important to have these examples of people to show the new young generation that actually there are no boundaries. Your dreams, your careers, and your lives have no limits. This is what you dream of, then you can pursue.
Okay, so before proceeding, let me ask you one more time. How excited are you now to go to space? Are you excited? Yes! Great. So this is a short clip depicting what we did in the 1 year preceding to the mission and thereafter 20 days in space. I will continue to talk through this video explaining to you the analogy. So we are flying over the South America and then crossing the Atlantic, and we will go over the Europe as well. But this is how it appears. You know, the stars here, the glow that you see, and you suddenly see the moon coming in the video as well, which I was not planning on, but turned out to be really great. So the analogy that I have come up with is that when we are kids, when we start going to school, to everybody in school, your home is your identity, your parents, your siblings, and everybody. And when you leave your school, you go to college, your school becomes your identity in a sense that you tell everybody I am from such and such school. And when you leave your city, you go to some other city to work, your city becomes your identity. You know, you introduce yourself as I am from so and so place, such and such a place. And when you leave your country and you go to some other country, your country becomes your identity. There I am representing India, like I was in US for a year, and I was representing India in some ways. And as an extension, what happens naturally is that when you leave your planet and you go outside, your planet becomes your identity. And it's a very natural progression that happens. It is not something that you have to force. So this feeling of Earth being your home, it becomes very, very, strong. You cannot miss it. It is not something that you have to force yourself or think about, when you go outside. Okay, so just briefly touched upon this overview effect or change in perspective. Let us move on to the mission itself. Mission was everything that I had hoped and much more. Your imagination does not do justice to what the actual experience is. This is okay. We told everything, we understand everything. This is under our control. But then the rocket ignition happens, and when that ignition happened, everything that I thought I knew, it just completely went off. I forgot everything in that moment. It was too powerful for me to imagine in advance. I have flown fighters. I thought that I know the feeling of when the afterburner lights up and when you take off. But for comparison, a Sukhoi 30 class of aircraft in space, I grew by that much. The problem is when you come back to Earth, so it's not a lasting change. It's not something that you can be proud of. You just get back pain twice when you're growing in height and when you're coming back. You also lose a lot of muscle because it is not being used. We use muscle all the time, 24/7, 365 here on Earth. We don't even realize it. But in absence of gravity, you don't use it. So you lose a lot of muscle. In 20 days of stay, I lost 5 kgs of weight, and out of which 4 kgs was muscle mass. So that is how quickly the degradation happens. And of course, there are the psychological, challenges or the requirement that has to be in the person who is going due to the confinement, because you should not, that exists. So you have to be careful of that. So this is my commander, Dr. Peggy Whitson, and she is currently the most experienced American astronaut. 695 days in space she has spent. And we used to joke that she breaks the record of some of the satellites that have been launched and the kind of stay she has had in space. But in this video, she is moving a bag. This is known as a CTP 10.0, and it is used to carry heavy cargo. It's a bag that is bigger than her size, and look how easily she is able to carry. I'll let you guess what is inside this bag, which is as heavy.
Possible to very large bags. You have to be very careful though, because you have to control the mass. So you don't go too fast. Because it can get away from you. What is it that we have in that thing? It's incredibly large.
how interesting it is to see that there are three people. With one hand, she is able to move around in her bag. You know, this concept is really well brought up. So you experience microgravity. So everything is falling, continuously falling around the Earth. The station is falling. If I was holding this mouse and in the station and I let it go, it will stay here. Because it is falling, I am also falling and the station is falling. So relatively it will not fall. But again, you don't know that you've gone from Earth. So you are very hesitant to let go of things when you get to space first. So I remember if I had to leave something to do some work, I will search for somebody, around and I say, can you please hold it for me? Till the time I finish this. And interestingly, the astronauts who were traveling with me from Poland and Hungary, they were also first time flyers. So they would hold it. And stand next to you and just wait till the time I finish the work. It's very interesting. It is only after some days that you realize that it is okay to let go of things, they will not fall. So see this video now, this is after 7 or 8 days that I'm changing lenses on a camera, but everything is falling, so nothing is falling relatively. So you become used to this concept only after about 7-8 days, and thereafter it is okay for you. You can leave things, you can let go of things, and you become very comfortable with this notion that leave things, it is okay, they will not fall. The problem happens, you become comfortable with that notion and come back to Earth. Here this doesn't work, which now your mind doesn't know because it is used to space. So I remember the first evening when I came back, I was sitting on my bed. And there were a lot of emails that had come, people congratulating about the mission and everything, and I was replying to them. At some point of time, I really got frustrated. Obviously, there was a lot of, I was tired as well. And so I closed the laptop, took it to the side, and So, very hard lesson. It doesn't work here on Earth. Things fall. My laptop did fall on the ground. Through your stomach. You have to push it inside. So if the video would have continued, you would have seen me opening my mouth at certain intervals, which is me forcefully trying to exhale. And when you exhale, inhalation happens as a passive exercise of this activity. This is the characteristic of GX, through the chest that you feel. Let us see if we can. This is GZ. So, we could not look at the previous video, but my expressions in this one, you could make out that I am under a lot of strain and I have to exercise a lot of muscles to the Earth. This is the upper atmosphere, but this is the Earth curvature. On the top are the stars, on the bottom is the Earth. These flashes that you see, these are the thunderstorms. This is India, that is emerging now. You just seen a bit. So the brightest city that you see, this is Bangalore. And on top of that is Hyderabad. And now we are going towards the northeastern region. You see these yellow lights, these are India-Bangladesh border. And we crossed over India now. And you'll see the sunrise. And you really feel that when you see it. When you see India from space, you really feel that it is not something that has just been spoken in jest. When you are passing over India, first of all, it does look beautiful, especially at night. because of the geography. You're covered by oceans from the three sides, and it is all lighted up. And when you fly over it, it is not just the beauty that you see; it is also the feeling that you get. That you are witnessing this while being in space, and everybody everybody who's been interacting with you all your life, all your friend, family, and everyone is right there below you, and you are just silently passing over there. So I think it is a very, again, a very strong feeling, and I don't think that I could have ever come up with better words than what he said. कि भारत सारे जहाँ से अच्छा दिखता है. So instead, what I do is I show कि how does India look. So that is the advantage that I in that direction. But this symposium, what is happening here, it reflects much more. It reflects the movement that I'm talking about. This is what we need to celebrate. This is what we need to celebrate today, and in a much more, bigger environment and bigger excitement, I would say. This is what will get us to our dream of developed nation by 2047. So I would request all of you to be a part of this, be ambassadors of science wherever you are, and इतने जोश के साथ इसको आपको आगे लेके जाना है कि that everybody who is around you gets excited just by looking at you. That is how the sensational environment is. So that's it. I have finished my talk, and I know all of you are going to do this wherever you are in whichever field. I will answer a few questions if we have time. But I would like to end this talk by convincing each and every one of you. I feel that there is no lack of talent. There is no lack of brain power in our country. What we do lack, I feel, are the dreams, are the size of our dreams that we have. What can we do? That is the first step. Karna kya hai? And so that is my message that there is no limit. This is what I said from all.